Today we are joined here by various community organizations to mark the finale of Operation Crackdown for 2018. Operation Crackdown is a program of the Texas National Guard's Joint Counter-Drug Task Force program to reduce crime and revitalize neighborhoods. Now, to provide more details, please join me in welcoming Captain Paula Palacios, South Region Commander for the Texas National Guard's Joint Counter-Drug Task Force.
Good morning, everyone, to all the attendees that came out to participate in this community strengthening event. I'm the Region South Commander for the Texas Joint Counter-Drug Task Force, and today I'm here on behalf of Colonel Miguel Torres, our Task Force Commander. It's an honor to be here today revitalizing a key location in our community alongside of our law enforcement partners, Border Patrol agents, Laredo City Council, and with the children and the community that calls this area, this neighborhood home. As I look into the crowd and the students today of Farias Elementary School, I'm reminded of a quote by our President, John F. Kennedy. He said, "Children are the living messages that we send to a time that we will not see." This multi-agency operation could not have been possible without the partners believing and seeing that the importance of the community and building a better tomorrow for the children and the families that live here. The soldiers and airmen of the task force have demolished over 1,520 structures since Operations Crackdown beginning in 1993. The counter-drug program is invested in our communities and dedicated to letting communities know that there is resources available to them out there. This is why we're here today. Texans, serving Texans, providing much needed engineering assets that are needed to take back our community. The biggest thing about today and this culminating event here is that we are coming together united for a better future tomorrow for this city and our communities in Texas. Everybody, this is just the beginning. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to our law enforcement partners. Thank you to the children of Francisco Farias Elementary School for the warm welcome. And thank you for the city of Laredo for hosting us and our mission here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Captain, for those words. Now to expand on the mission and what we do as a city, I would call upon Yeoh De Leon. He's our city manager. Mr. Leon, welcome. Good morning.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here for this great project and this morning. I think the good news here is the collaboration that we've seen from the federal government, the state government, and the local government. I think even our color guard today, as you saw, was a collaboration from the different entities, and that is really a breath of fresh air to see and to hear, because when we collaborate like this, we get nothing but good things, you know, when we do this. So again, thank you to everybody involved. Welcome to all the entities here. For the 5th year, the City of Laredo has partnered with the Texas Army National Guard's Counter Task Force, U.S. Border Patrol, and the Laredo Independent District to implement Operation Crackdown in our communities. Our mission in mind is to make our city safer. Structures like this one that represent a risk to pedestrians, neighbors, and students are being demolished. Since 2003, the Laredo Police Department has received multiple criminal reports, activity directly related to illegal use of this property by individuals that not only put their lives at risk, but also do harm to adjacent households and represent some sort of danger to the nearby population. We would like to thank the Texas Army National Guard for their initiative and all the people involved in the process, planning, and execution of this program, including the U.S. Border Patrol, the Laredo Police Department, Code Enforcement, the Building Department, the Community Development Department, and the Parks and Leisure Department, Traffic Department, Councilmember Roberto Bali, Councilmember George Algill, Laredo Independent School District, and every single person participating, including the rest of the mayor and council. Let me tell you, throughout the last 5 years, we've been involved in Operation Crackdown. It's always been a great success. I'd like to thank our Deputy City Manager, Ms. Cynthia Collazo, who has really taken the lead the last 5 years, and this project continues to be a success every year. I know that when we go to Washington, we talk about this project, and we talk about, you know, the good that has come to the areas. When we look at, a house like we have here behind me, there's nothing good that can come out of that. And also today we have Mr. Tico from the Tecos here, who also represents the students here in Faria that are here, and hopefully they'll join us to the Tecolotes. But again, I just want to thank you again to everybody involved. A big round of applause to everybody that has participated, and let's do it again next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Next, we have Oscar Perez. He's the Laredo ISD Assistant Superintendent for School Safety and Compliance. Mr. Perez, welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everybody. It's on behalf of the Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees, Dr. Sylvia G. Rios, our superintendent. We would like to extend our appreciation to all of our partners that are here today for the benefit of our students who are just across the street here, and acknowledge Ms. San Juana Garza, our principal there, for her leadership in providing for the safety of all of our students. So thank you, Ms. Garza. Our theme for this year is Building Tomorrow Together. And as I walk to this event, I can see the collaboration, the partnerships that have already been established for the benefit of our students. There are our tomorrow over there. And so every single student that walks into our classroom, we have to make an effort to be able to educate our students for a better tomorrow. And so as soon as they walk into our classrooms, we appreciate all the teaching and learning that goes on. Special for today is the teaching and learning that went on with our law enforcement individuals walking into our 5th grade classroom. So that is definitely appreciated as we continue to form our partnership. Also, as the students walk out, we want to make sure that our community is ready to receive them and provide for the safety of all of our community, and specifically our students, so they can come back and again continue to build tomorrow. And so again, we thank all of our entities on behalf of our Superintendent, Dr. Rios. It's a pleasure to be here and join you in this very momentous occasion where we, at this point, will now continue to provide for the safety of our students as this building will be demolished, and hopefully something will be created to add to the benefit of our students, whether it be in a new residential area or a park or whatever it may become. But we thank everyone. Again, thank you, Mayor, for the invitation and the request and the invitation to be participating in this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. Now I call upon Jason Owens. He's the Chief of the U.S. Border Patrol Laredo Sector. Chief Owens. I think we all know Chief Owens doing a wonderful job here for the community.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. So, for me, I've been in Laredo now for about 3 years, and I constantly reflect on what it has meant to me. I've been at 6 different locations throughout my career, all over the country in the U.S. Border Patrol, and I can tell you without a doubt, the city of Laredo, this community, has been the most impactful on me. And I reflect why that is. This community is so engaging. It draws you in. It welcomes you. It is a warm place for us to have our family, our friends, our loved ones. It's easy to make friends here. It's easy to feel like this is home. And when I think about how important that is, that's something we want to safeguard. That's something that we want to protect at all times, at all costs. That's something that that speaks to the need for programs like Operation Crackdown and why we do them. Whenever we demolish a building like this, a structure like this, we're accomplishing several things. Number one, we're depriving the criminal element the ability to exploit these buildings. We're ensuring the safety of our youth. And we're keeping our community that safe and warm place that we want for our family and friends. And at the end of the day, why we do what we do is sitting right there behind Ms. Poyaso, behind the Chief of Police. This is our future. This is the future of not only this community, but this is the future of our country as well. So for our part, members of the United States Border Patrol, members of Customs and Border Protection, federal employees, first and foremost, members of this community. This is our community as much as it is anybody else. It matters to us what happens to it. Our children go to school here. Our loved ones work here. Our friends and family live here. And that is why we are truly honored to be a part of this. We are honored to share in this program with you. We are honored to have you guys here. And we look forward to many more years of success with Operation Crackdown. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Chief, for those inspiring words. Now I call upon Chief Flavio Trevino. He's the Chief of the Laredo Police Department. Chief, and also doing a great job. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. And good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here this morning. I'll keep my comments brief. I want to begin by stressing that the Laredo Police Department's mission is to form partnerships with the community to enforce or in an effort to improve the quality of life in Laredo. And that's exactly what we're doing here this morning and what we do with Operation Crackdown. We listen to the complaints of the community, gather the data necessary to target these problem locations and put them on the list for demolition. Some of us that studied sociology or criminal justice recall the old broken windows theory, and it is alive and well here today. The theory says that physical disorder, in this case unattended or abandoned homes or buildings, if left unattended and allowed to get out of control, will lead to social disorder or crime. Looking at the police calls for service for these 15 locations that we targeted these last 2 weeks, this is exactly what was happening. Crime was flourishing and other social problems were getting out of control. Over the last years, we have had over 150 calls for service on these 15 locations alone, ranging from intoxicated persons, medical calls for overdoses, vandalism, burglaries, just to name a few. Here at the Chicago location, immediately behind me, immediately across the street from the school, we've had burglaries. We've had numerous occasions where the neighbors complained and were concerned that the crime was getting out of control. We worked together as a team with our legal department and other agencies to address these problems, and now the neighbors in these areas can rest a little easier knowing these places are gone. In some cases, over the last 2 weeks, they were cheering. Neighbors were coming out cheering the crews and thanking them for the work that they're doing. And we are glad to do this for them. We'll continue in our commitment and our efforts to bring these crews back to Laredo soon and address other places that are already on the list. I'd like to thank everyone for the help and especially the support from the National Guard. Thank you.
Again, thank you to all the speakers, all the people here present too. Keep in mind, it begins with people reporting crime, and how, what astonishes me is the fact that it's so close to the school here, and we have a process, and it takes time for people to take their time and report the neighbors. You're putting children, all of us, at risk. So who's got that duty? We all do. All citizens, all residents of Laredo, Texas has a duty. If you see something wrong, call it in. It's anonymous. Call 311 and say, I'm seeing this, I suspect this. It doesn't have to be a fact, that proven fact. There's a strong suspicion that improper things are happening, especially right across the school. So we all have that duty, and we have the mechanism. 311, 727 tips. You see a police officer, I don't want to identify myself as a police officer, but I suspect this is going here or there. And this is the proven track record that we have now. Every year we have 15 to 25 homes that are demolished so we can improve our community. It's a second opportunity for these homes, for these properties to be converted into something good, something worthwhile, something beneficial to the entire community. So I encourage you all. We all have that duty. So step up. This is the only way our city's going to change. Step up. Thank you. Now I call upon Mr. Oscar Perez and the students. And I see a lot of students over there in the background. Felicidades. We're doing something good for all of us. And thank you for participating. And thank you for also joining in and being a good citizen. Hi, guys.